Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you my foundation routine and also how I contour my face and how I highlight my face. So it's basically going to be my face routine before I do my eyebrows and my eyes. So I thought I'd just add this video just so I can show you guys my foundation routine on its own rather than in a whole makeup tutorial, and also because sometimes when I do like an eye look or something, because I do the same face routine in each makeup tutorial, it will stop me from repeating that step, if that makes sense. In some makeup tutorials I will still do my face routine, in some I won't, so I thought this would be a good video to put up for you guys if you still want to see my face routine, even if I miss it out or if you haven't seen it before. So usually how I start is by priming my face, and to do this I use a Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and this is the pore minimising one. And all I do is I apply this to my fingertips and just dot it around my face, and then I rub it in with my fingers. You don't need to apply too much, to be honest. If I apply too much it starts like, I don't know, it starts feeling all weird, so I don't apply too much of this, just so that your face is primed. And just to let you know, I've already cleansed and moisturised my face before I apply my primer. And then the next step is the foundation, of course. So I pretty much always use this foundation, and this is the EX1 Invisiwear liquid foundation in the shade F300, and I apply 2 full pumps to my hand like so, and I again dot this around my face. I don't know why, I just prefer to apply my foundation in this way. That way I feel like you get foundation everywhere rather than more in some areas and less in other areas. Although the beauty blender that I'm going to use in a minute ensures that it's blended out evenly, I just prefer to have it all over my face like this. Then I'm going to take my beauty blender, my damp beauty blender, and just blend out my foundation. And to do this you just want to pat the beauty blender. You don't need to rub, because that will just basically, half of the product you've just applied on your face will just go. But you want to dab it because it gives you a flawless finish this way. And I apply this literally all over my face, even on my eyelids and around my eyes. Once I apply my foundation, the next step is always to set my foundation. The reason why I do this and apply a powder all over my face is just because I have very oily skin, so I like to add this step so everything just stays in place and it doesn't look too shiny or oily. So to do this I use my EX1 Invisiwear compact powder in the shade P200, and to apply this powder I use the Real Techniques buffing brush, and I just literally swirl it around. I haven't got much left, as you can see. Swirl it around, tap off the excess, and literally just apply it all over my face. I just prefer the look that this gives me to when I don't apply this, because if I don't apply this I just feel really shiny and oily. This just mattifies the look. Once my powder is applied to my face, my next step is usually concealing underneath my eyes and then highlighting. So to conceal my under eye circles I use the MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and I use this in the shade NC42, and you've probably seen this step in my how to cover dark circles video, but this is usually part of my face routine always, so I have to show you guys this step. So what I do is I literally just apply one pump. That's always more than enough, sometimes too much, but one pump is usually okay. And then I dab my ring finger in that and apply to my under eye circles. I feel like I have really bad bags as well at the moment. I don't know why. So I'm still trying to figure out how to make the bags appear less there. But I don't know, I'll try out a few different techniques, and if I come up with anything then I'll definitely do a video on that for you guys as well. So you just dab this along like this with your ring finger. So once you've applied the product all across underneath your eyes with your ring finger, I take my beauty blender again and just blend it all out. But you don't want to go too crazy underneath there, just little dabs, because you only want this concealer in that area. So I don't like to drag it down or anything like that, because I'm going to apply a different concealer which is going to be my highlight, which you will see in a moment. Okay, and then once my concealer is applied and my dark circles are sort of covered, I then highlight my face. So to do this I use the Maybelline the Eraser Eye Perfect and Cover Concealer in the shade Nude. And this is a great product for highlighting, so, and the perfect shade for my skin tone as well. So if you do have sort of olive Asian skin, then this is a great highlighter. For some Asian skin tones it might be a little bit light, but for me personally it just works perfectly. So what I do, it has an applicator on the top anyway, so what I do is I just twist this and then apply in all the areas that I want to highlight my face. So the usual areas that I highlight are of course underneath my eyes. But to do this, I don't just do this area, I sort of drag it down to make it into a triangle underneath my eye. So it highlights this whole section here. So to begin with, I always do this bit first. And you want to go over the bit that you've just concealed and then drag it down. So this will be your lowest point. And then you just work your way up like that. And the same on this side. Then I'm going to apply it to my nose, my cupid's bow, slightly on my chin and on my forehead as well. Once you've applied it in all the areas that you want to highlight, I then take my beauty blender and just dab to blend out the highlight. It's honestly, I can't live without this step anymore, it's just amazing. I love highlighting. So once your face is all highlighted, then the next step is the contouring. So to contour, I use my Sleek Face Form Contouring and Blush Palette in the shade Medium. And I use my Morphe MB30 brush to contour. And I literally use, obviously, the darkest shade, so that shade here. And you don't apply too much powder, because literally you'll just end up with huge brown lines on your face. So I just dab a little bit onto my brush like this. And then I tap off the excess. And then, So what I do is I can sort of see, you know, the definition of my cheekbone, sort of. So, well, more on this side than that side. So you just want to line your brush up. Your contour should start from the top of your ear like that, and that's where you want to contour your face. So I just drag my brush down. I start off doing this very lightly, because if you do it too much, then you'll just end up with too much product. You can blend this out, but it'll just take so long. So you just want to start lightly by contouring and dragging down with this brush. And as you can see, it's already starting to show that contour and definition. And what I normally do when I apply this as well, I drag it up so it sort of blends out as well at the same time. I don't usually apply contour to my forehead, but I also apply this to my jawline. So to do this, just put a little bit more product and just drag it all along the jawline. And then what I usually do, I first blend the contour out with my Morphe M555 brush, and by doing this I literally just go over the contour and just blend it out. And this just makes sure that the contour lines don't look as harsh. And then what I do, just to neaten up the contour, I go back and use the Maybelline concealer that I used to highlight. And you don't want to twist out any more product, but any of the product that you have left on the applicator sponge, just drag it underneath the contour line. This just neatens up the line and gives it more definition as well. And then once you've done that, you just blend it in with the beauty blender. That looks a bit too light, because to me it's looking a little bit light. I just go back and use my powder that I used to set my foundation and just dab it over where I applied that highlight shade. Okay, and that just neatens up the whole look. Usually on an everyday basis I don't apply blusher. In most of my looks you'll only see me wearing a contour and highlight, so I won't be showing you my blusher in this look because it's literally just blusher. So what I usually do next is, and this is actually the final step, I usually apply a powder contour, and I only apply this to the tip of my nose, and maybe the bridge of my nose actually, and the top of my cheekbones. And to do this I use the Carli Bybel palette. As you know, I'm obsessed with the highlighter in this palette at the moment, and I use the second highlight shade in. My first one broke and fell out, so can't use that, but I use this highlight shade because it's just beautiful. And to do this I use my Real Techniques contour brush, and I literally just dab some on. This highlight is so pigmented you literally don't need that much, and I dab it across my cheekbone area and all the way up here. And then what I do to apply it on my nose, I dab my ring finger and I just drag it along the bridge of my nose. And then I apply a little bit more product on the tip of my nose. And actually what I usually do is apply some to my Cupid's bow as well. And that is basically my face routine. So it's my foundation, powder, highlight and contour, and that's pretty much everything I do to my face. If I add any new things, then I'm sure you'll be seeing that in my makeup tutorials. But I'm just going to finish off my makeup now and then I will be right back. So that was my foundation routine, including my highlight and contour. So I hope you guys found this video helpful and you enjoyed watching as well. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.